If we have a dice and we throw it 6 times altogether, what's the probability we get a 6, 6, 6, followed by a not a 6 and not a 6? Well, that's going to be fairly straightforward. The first 3 goes, we're going to have 1 out of a 6 chance of getting the 6, so we times this to the power of 3, and then we finally have 2 not 6s, which is going to be everything else but a 6, so it's going to be 5 out of 6 times 5 out of 6. That's a really straightforward question, but my question is not going to be that. What happens if my question was, how many ways can we order 3 6s? So what I'm saying is, can we order this in a different way? And if so, how many ways can we order it if it was for 5 different trials? So we know this question is to do with 5 trials because there are 5 outcomes listed here. A 6, a 6, a 6, not a 6, not a 6. So this is the 5 trials because we can see 5 different parts in between the brackets. We know it's 3 6s because we can see 3 numbers here which are 6s. But this time we want to think about if we can order it in lots of different ways. Now I'm going to tell you there are loads of ways of ordering these numbers. This is because these are all the different ways we can order the numbers. So the red is going to be the 6s and the blues are going to be not 6s. And you can see altogether there are 10 ways of ordering these. So you can't just do a simple calculation like this, because then you'd have to take this number and you would have to then finally multiply it by 10. And that's going to be too complicated for you to work out what the multiplication factor is going to be. So I'm going to show you today how to do this problem on the calculator. The first thing we need to do is think about what we thought about during the starter. And this is N, P and X. N is the number of trials, P is the probability of success, and X is how many times we want that particular outcome. The outcome in this instance is going to be the 6. So these are going to be each of our variables. We want to throw the dice 5 times in total and obtain a 6 3 times. So our N is the number of trials. The number of times is going to be 5 times. The next variable we want to think about is going to be the probability of getting a 6. Our probability clearly is going to be 1/6 because it's a non-biased die. And then finally, our X is the number of times we want this outcome to occur, is clearly going to be how to do it on the calculator. The first thing you need to do is change the mode of your calculator. You want it to be in classic mode. So press enter and then when you're ready, second quit. The next step we want to do is we want to go onto the distribution menu, which is below the keypad. So press second and then vars and it will bring up the distribution menu. You want to go down and press binomial PDF, press enter. We need to enter in these bits of data. The trials is 5, the P is 1/6, and the X value is going to be 3. All we do is press enter, paste, and this is our answer. The probability of getting a 6 3 times after 5 trials is 0.03215, and you could round that to 0.032 for 3 decimal places. You can see this matches this answer here. The probability of getting something 3 times when the probability is 1/6 is 0.032. We may return to this formula, but I think it's much easier to use a calculator than to understand this formula today.